many women are suffering in silence, and they really need to know that there are safe, effective treatments that are available or things that are in the pipeline for them, specifically for cancer patients, that may help and improve overall quality of life and sexual functioning.
How do you go about triaging this and your stepwise progression of treatment?
I developed what is called a conservative aggressive approach, and that may sound like an oxymoron, but really we try to give people ingredients and really understand that they themselves make their own specific recipe. We certainly start off with really conservative approaches. We know that lifestyle issues like diet, whether it's a Mediterranean diet or a cardioprotective diet, has been shown to improve sexual function. We know that exercise and sleep and reducing fatigue, as well as reducing menopausal syndrome, also can improve sexual functioning as well. So we start with these approaches. Sometimes we also will talk about moisturizers and lubricants as well if a woman is suffering from vaginal dryness. We also advocate a very close follow-up approach. We don't just send people on their way and say come back in 6 months. We really want to see them quite aggressively and try to see them at least on a 4 to 6 week basis to make sure that they're making stepwise progress in their approach to recapturing that aspect of their life. Some women certainly are not making as much progress as they would like, and then we need to discuss what are the alternatives. And certainly this involves a much greater discussion because we may be using products that are not FDA approved for women who have cancer. We may have to have discussions with their medical oncologist, and I think it's important to understand that medical oncologists, surgical oncologists, gynecologists, and patients sometimes disagree about what the next steps should be.
You mentioned some compounds that are in development right now. That's kind of exciting.
Some of the important ones that I think that may prove beneficial are flibanserin. It's, we hope that it will be approved through the FDA. There's a lot of data to support that it is a safe and effective drug for the treatment of lowered libido, or HSDD. It's non-hormonal, and it works through what I would call serotonin modulation. So again, new trials, new data, very exciting. And again, the caveat is it hasn't yet been approved, and it's not approved for breast cancer patients, but it's an exciting time. In addition, there's another medication, which I've coined the term and call it a vaginal estrogen receptor agonist, or a VERA. It's really in the class of a SERM. It's a selective estrogen receptor modulator. It's ospemifene, and it's really in the FDA right now being evaluated and assessed. Very exciting because this is a class of drug that medical oncologists are very familiar with. They are familiar with tamoxifen and raloxifene and what have you. And this drug appears to target the vaginal epithelium, and it may be effective for, we're hoping that it will be approved, and it may be effective for vulvovaginal atrophy. A few weeks ago, there was release of a stage 2 trial result for a melanocortin agonist, which is also in study for sexual arousal and sexual desire. So again, there's a lot of things that are in preliminary studies, like this melanocortin agonist, that are interesting and exciting, and again, non-hormonal, which may actually prove to be helpful for the breast cancer patient. So I think it's important for women to understand that there are treatments available. We have to individualize care, and there's no blanket statement or blanket treatment paradigm that A goes to B, that goes to C. But I think the most important concept is to really stop and listen and think that we can break the silence.